Welcome back. This is knockout rugby at its best. This is why teams like Science, they have nothing to lose. And they've been brilliant so far in the first half. Couple of turnovers and excellent in breakdown. I think St. Peter's didn't expect, and they need to bring out their A game in the second half to beat this Science team. They've pumped up these lads from Mount Lavinia. And it's been great to watch. How do you think St. Peter should go in the second half, Spencer?
I think they should not be too worried. It's only a 7-point. It's a one-scoring gap, but they should just play their basic. I mean, if you look at the last two games, the way the Petrites played against Isipattana and Trinity, just keep the simple basic and play good rugby. When you go into the opposition territory, make sure you gain the ball and give enough. Ball for the lines. It's a restart there. We get the second half underway. Bura kicks there into the Science 22, and ball, it goes into a ruck ball there. And Science, they are 17. He kicks. It's straight to Kevin Dixon there, and Dixon is held there, and it comes into a ruck ball. So St. Peter's it comes St. Peter's way, and their number 8 Rogers goes through. Couple of Science players. It's another ruck. So St. Peter's there, Steve, beautiful offload there to their prop, their number 3, but then he not enough players there, so it's a penalty there to Science. Or referee spotted something.
I think St. Peter's have made a change here. They have brought in Fernando from the bench. And it's a penalty, and they're going for 3 points. St. Peter's, good move, I guess, early in the second half. Still a lot of time left in the game. And put pressure on scoreboard early on in the second half. And Bura will take the kick just outside the 22. It's a high tackle on the scrum half, Dharmaratna. That's why the penalty was given. So 2 minutes into the second half, Bura with the kick. Beautifully done by Bura. 3 points early in the second half, in the second minute of the game. After the turnaround, Peter's score 15 points to 19. They close the gap now.
Yeah, that was a good move by the Petrites to take the penalty rather than going for touch and looking for that extra points. Dimut, what do you say about that?
Yeah, it is, because a lot of time left still, so I think it's a good move for St. Peter's.
So Science with the restart, leading 19 points to 15. And his kick is, I think there is a knock on there by the Petrites, so referee will bring back play, award a scrum to the Science there. Ball not collected by their number 26, I think, Fernando. So early mistake there by the Petrite, Fernando. Not being able to collect the ball cleanly in the restarts. This has been one of Petrite's weak points. Even in the League 2, they were found guilty of making unforced errors. So gives Science opportunity. It's a scrum and referee spotter something. He's not happy. Probably he might say he might reset the scrum. It's a Science put in. Science will be looking for the number 8, and he tries to break through, but then St. Peter's defense equally there. Science not gaining any territory, and ball comes slow there. Science working the line, and finds a gap there. The St. Peter's there, the number 7, and he finds but then his pass is straight to Bura there. That's a lucky escape for St. Peter's, and Bura trying to work himself. He's held up there. It goes into a ruck ball. Should come St. Peter's way, just outside the 22, and Dharmaratna to Dixon. Dixon kicks and finds touch just outside the 22, so gaining not much territory there. It's another opportunity for Science because they will get the line out just outside the 22, Dimuk.
Once again, good pressure from Science College, and they have they're breaking the St. Peter's defensive wall once again. It was a lucky pass. Had it gone to the number 13 of Science College, the Smali Mother. Here we go, the rolling maul, the dangerous rolling maul of Science College. It's an obstruction. So obstruction, so Peter's lucky, an opportunity to get out of jail here.
Yeah, definitely, Dimut. I mean, both. Even in the first half, we saw a lot of, mistakes by both parties. Especially when they gain ball in their 22 and not being able to convert into points. So it's another chance for St. Peter's, and referee is not happy. He wants a reset. And it will be a put in by Dharmaratna. And ball goes into wheeling, but then Rogers managed to get the ball, and he's been held there by 2 Science players. The ball comes St. Peter's way, ball goes loose, but then still St. Peter's able to get the ball, and kicked by Fernando. He finds the Science wing 3/4 in his territory, and he goes, and the ball goes loose. There, a chance for St. Peter's if they can get this ball out, but there ball goes into a ruck there. But St. Peter's, all they need is quick ball there. It's a quick take and go by the prop forward. It goes into a ruck ball, and Dharmaratna decides to kick there, so trying to put some pressure on the Science wing 3/4. He kicks to touch in his own 22, and referee spotted something, I think, for a late tackle there. So it will be a penalty for Science there. It was a bad mistake by Dharmaratna. It was a bad mistake there by Dharmaratna, Dimut.
Yes, it was. That's unwanted stuff. And lucky to get a warning for Dharmaratna. Is of course not the number 1 choice scrum half for St. Peter's. The number 1 is injured right throughout the season, so he has come good so far for St. Peter's in the league. And opportunity, Singh, huge kick, brilliant kick by Singh, bringing Science into the St. Peter's half and their own line out. Sandar want to put into the lineup for Science College. They're going for a 7-man line out. Up goes the number 8 there, Viraj. And once again, that's an unwanted tackle. Referee letting it go. In the meantime, the throw was thrown in crooked. So it will be a scrum for St. Peter's.
Timut, another mistake in the lineouts. As we speak, continuously this goes on. So it's a scrum to St. Peter's, just near the halfway line, and the scrum goes into a wheel. So referee not happy. He will reset the scrum. Dharmaratna, he already has a warning, so he should be careful. And it's a clean scrum there taken by Rogers, and he tries to break 2-3 Science players, and it goes into a ruck ball, so it should come St. Peter's way. And to Bura, Dharmaratna to Bura, and Bura finds Fernando. Fernando is tackled there, so the ball goes into a ruck ball, and it's taken by Shannon Directs. I think it's a knock-on there by Directs. And Bura trying to play some unwanted play there, and it will be a scrum there to Science. We don't need that Dimut by from Bura actually.
Yeah, they know each other. He was living close to Science College, you said, so he will know a lot about these lads. Anyway, coming back to rugby, that was a good break by Roger, and from there on, St. Peter's once again A knock on. So it will be the scrum half to put in Silva, and it's a penalty. The prop forward there not binding correctly, so Pradeep Fernando once again calling for the penalty. An opportunity for Singh to put out. And a good kick, excellent kick from Singh once again into St. Peter's half. So it will be Sandarwa to throw in. Short ball. And they set up a driving maul once again. This is where they are dangerous. Referee playing advantage. And St. Peter's have been pushed back once again. And now the ball comes out for Science College. Gomez. And off to their dangerous flanker, who's been very good. He offloads for Science College. That's Viraj. Once again, the number 7 for Science College. Push back in the tackle this time. Science, the big prop forward. Gomez running into traffic. Malim Mada with the ball now. Looking for gaps in the St. Peter's defense. Good tackle by Bora. I think the ball pops off the ruck there. So St. Peter's once again. And that's an unwanted tackle from Bora. But Peters managed to get the ball off a penalty. So opportunity for St. Peter's to get out of jail. Kevin Dixon with the ball. And he slips, but manages to find touch in the meantime.
It looks very gloomy and I think very slippery. Conditions doesn't look that good for play. So we saw Dixon slipping there, trying to find touch. And we have a slight drizzle also coming. So we still hold St. Peter's line to play some good hope on rugby.
We are 10 minutes into the second half. Science College still leading 19 points to 15. And Peters have also made a change. Yapa has been taken out. And I think another Fernando has been put in. Not straight. So another error in the lineouts for St. Peter's. Opportunity for Science once again.
This battle continues, Dimuth, and we saw that line out there. It was a very crooked throw by Stefan. Then clearly referee awarding the scrum to Science. So mistakes after mistakes by both teams in the lineouts. So it's a scrum for Science in the halfway line. And ball goes loose there. Good pressure by Dharmaratna. And St. Peter's, they're putting pressure there. Ball goes into a ruck. Should come St. Peter's way. There's a chance for St. Peter's if they can. They're propped there too slow there. I mean, but it goes into a ruck ball. St. Peter's need to work their line there. They have numbers there. And it's to Bura, but they are number 18. That's Fernando. Fernando is held up there. They are inches into the Science 22 again. They work the line. Bura chips and kicks for Fernando, but then it goes into Science play there. He's is taken out of play, so that will be a line out to St. Peter's, but the referee spotters something and gives a penalty to Science there, I think, for pulling by the jersey, I think. And so referee awards that was some unwanted play there by St. Peter's. They gained territory and they had a good opportunity of a line out, but they conceded the ball to Science, and Science will put this for touch and they will have the line out. And he doesn't get much distance, so it will be a line out for Science just outside the 22. The mood conditions here getting very gloomy and greasy, I would say.
Yes, it is. It was yesterday also. It was the same. But at the beginning of the first half, it was quite okay. In the meantime, St. Peter's turnover ball, closing the gap. So a free kick for Science College, and they take it quickly to Pereira. Now the ball comes out, puts in the grubber. The rugby ball bouncing there. Dixon manages to hold on. Referee playing advantage for Science College. They're excellent in the breakdown. The Science team, the Science forwards. There you go, they're pumped up. They're brilliant. Science College in the breakdown. And now the ball to be put in. Viraj does it. It's a penalty. So Bura will take the kick. Gaining about 40 meters there. So opportunity for St. Peter's to attack once again inside Science half. They need to get this line out correct.
Yes, it's another line out for St. Peter's and a chance for them to attack, but hopefully this will go well for them. They've been making mistakes after mistakes, but this is a clean ball by their number 4. So now it's St. Peter's going into a maul there. And the maul is held up, so St. Peter's push backwards and Science putting pressure there, but the ball still comes St. Peter's way. It's a ruck ball there. St. Peter's managed to recycle and it's passed to their line. And Dixon there, Dixon to number 26, it's Fernando, but Fernando is pass there doesn't go well. It goes into another ruck ball and it's a loose play there and Science steal it there. It's a turnout to Science. They're playing some wonderful rugby here and it's cleared by their scrum after. He finds a kick there, but then the ball goes loose there and out of play by the Science player, so it will be a line out for St. Peter's. It was another good kick by their scrum half and it was a chase, it was a battle between their number 11 and Bura, but then the Science, their wing three-quarter couldn't collect the ball and it went loose and finally out of play. Science gaining territory there, so it's another line out for St. Peter's. And the line out doesn't go well, but then the referee spots a knock on there by the Science, so he should give a scrum to the Peterites. Peterites put under a lot of pressure by the Science and they've been playing very well, finding gaps in the St. Peter's defense.
Yes, they have. They have been brilliant in the second half too, and that kick and chase took a lot out of Bura. He had to make that cover defense and finally managed to get the ball, kick the ball out. In the meantime, Dharmaratna off to Roger. He finds Jai Vikram at the back, gives it to Kevin Dixon. Now he's been kicked. Singh with the ball. He's a strong lad, Singh. They set up once again. Viraj off to the big prop forward, Silva. Viraj once again. It goes off to Velgamage, and a penalty, holding on. So St. Peter's have another opportunity here to kick the ball into touch and from there get the set piece correct.
Also, Dimut, I would like to see St. Peter's, whenever they get the penalties, to take a quick tap by their scrum of Dharmaratna and then see what happens there, because they delay their penalties and then finally they have to go for touch. They have no option. So Bura finds a good touch just outside the Science 22-meter line, and it will be a line out for St. Peter's.
In fact, it was knock on in the field of play, so they'll get a scrum. This is a good platform for them to attack. So the Petrites will hope their team will get the confidence correct here and pull their socks up. Roger knocked forward once again. Science picking up the ball. And both knock forward, so Science will get the ball. So Roger at the back of the scrum there, untidy. He's normally a very good player at the back of the scrum, Roger. Had a fantastic game last week up in Kandy against Trinity. In the meantime, Viraj to put into the scrum. And this time it's been picked up from the number 8, De Silva. Viraj looking for supporters. Now he kicks. Referee playing advantage for Science College. It's a penalty. Offside by St. Peter's. St. Peter's looking shattered here, and they need to regroup and need to come back hard. And this Science defense.
I agree on you, Dimut. Definitely, the way they played with Isipatna and Trinity last week, they seem to go out of ideas, and they are just playing well in patches, I would say.
I think they need to bring players like Dixon and Buramo into the game. Once again, Science College clean line out, and they go for the rolling maul. And beautifully done with advantage playing. This is excellent from Science College. Now they come out. Pick and go from the big number 1, Silva. Viraj off to Vijayasiri. Good hit from De Silva in the center. The big number 8 for Science College. Viraj once again looking for players. Beautifully done. Gomez in the middle. Viraj once again. The prop forward slips. The ball comes out. Loose ball. And a good pick up by Belgamage there. Now he's on space. He steps a couple of players. And has Laksar on the outside. It's very well done. Viraj once again gives it to Malimada. Off to Singhe. Referee playing advantage. I think it's offside from St. Peter's. Yes, it is. So opportunity once again for Science College. And they're going for touch.
You could see that Science player, how beautifully he retained the ball, and he turned around and got. Is that kick found touch there? No, it has not found touch, and yes, St. Peter's a chance to attack there by Fernando. Fernando goes through and he's bought just near the halfway line there. And ball comes St. Peter's way, but referee spotted something. Another mistake by St. Peter's there. And so Science, another chance for them to. I think linesman has spotted something, so he's having a word with the referee. Referee halts play. And he's calling a Pete Wright player there. Probably, I think it's a warning. I think that's Fernando. That's Fernando. Fernando gets a warning, so a penalty to Science. Another opportunity for them. That was a good break by Fernando, but the kick doesn't find much distance, so it will be a line out to Science on the St. Peter's 10-meter line. Dimut, one thing is St. Peter's, when they are lined, when they get the ball, they are really threatening, you see. And Science really did well to hold him there. Fernando, I mean.
Yes, they are threatening, but I'm afraid they are not getting enough good ball to that backs, threatening backs of St. Peter's. Science College now on the move. Pick and go once again. Very well done from Science. Now the ball comes out. Beautiful hit. Good hit from Jay Silva. Viraj looking for players. The big number 1. Gomez hitting hard. Pick and go from Science College once again. Viraj gives it to Malimada. Pereira on top of the ball. Has he managed to turn over? Yes, he has. Brilliant work from Pereira for St. Peter's College. Now Dharmaratna gives it to Bora. Shows and runs through the gap. Looking for the offload. It's a knock-on from Bora, but referee has spotted something here. He's calling on the number 13 for Science College. That's Aish Mantha. So it will be a penalty for St. Peter's College. There you go. Kevin Dixon now is panicking a little bit, asking how much time he has left. He has got 18 good minutes to play, Kevin Dixon. That's a poor kick from Bora. The ball stays in. And he has found touch. So that was a good defensive work from Shannon Dirks. So I don't think there will be any better opportunity than this. 5-meter mark, St. Peter's line out. And the crowd behind them. Good take. They're going in for the maul. Opportunity to score here. Inches close to the goal line. Inches close to the try line. They're pushing. I think it's time to fall down. It's held up. Yes. Good call. Correct call from referee Pradeep Fernando. There was no grounding there. But it has not stopped yet. Peters will get another scrum in the 5-meter mark. But the thing is, they have replaced Roger at the back of the scrum. So it is Del Pachitra who's playing, or rather Pereira has moved to number 8. And Aponso is on the blind side flanker who has come in for Roger. Referee playing advantage. Good pass to Dharmaratna. Off to Jayavikram. Jayavikram is stepping there. Needs quick ball. Referee playing advantage for St. Peter's College. Yes. Entering the ruck incorrectly. Bora coming to take a quick tap. I think he should have. Now it's too late, I guess. But still they're going for it. The big number 3 for St. Peter's College. That's a forward pass from Dharmaratna. It's a scrum for Science College. It's in their own half. It will be a pressure scrum. I think the St. Peter's forwards here need to have a word with them. They've got some big boys in there, St. Peter's College. So it'll be Viraj to put into Science College. Yes, he does. At the back of the scrum. Very well done from the Science College number 8. Referee says play on, and I think St. Peter's have managed to turn over ball. Yes, they have. Now Dharmaratna coming out. Gives it to Bora. Good tackle there by the Science skipper. Now the ball comes onto the left. Long cutout pass to Fernando. Dharmaratna with the ball. It's a knock on from St. Peter's. So Science get an opportunity to get out of jail. This is becoming very close, Spencer.
Yeah, very, very close, and a number of opportunities there for St. Peter's to take the lead, but then nothing seems to be going their way. I mean, mistakes after mistakes, and they have been driven back, and unforced errors, so giving back the ball to Science, another opportunity. So it will be a scrum for Science there. Ball not cleanly, and it's kicked by the Science player. He finds touch, and another it's a line out, say about 18 meters from the Science line. So St. Peter's will need to regroup and set up another plan, Dimut, if they are really to score and take the lead.
Yes, they are just inside the 22. Attacking option for St. Peter's College. Going for a 5-man line out. And once again, it's a free kick for St. Peter's College. Opportunity, they should take it quickly. So Dharmaratna now taps. Referee calling back. Dharmaratna taps. Gives it to Pereira. Offloads it to the big number 4, De Silva. Looking for ball. Now on the outside. Good run. Excellent run from the flank of St. Peter's. Dharmaratna, quick ball. Gives it to the big number 3. Pops it off. Viraj puts the kick in. Dixon running back. He has got the ball with him. Fends off couple of players. Gives it to Fernando on the outside. Back again to Dixon. This is what St. Peter's are so good at. Threatening. Dharmaratna with the ball. Good defense on Science College. Shannon comes out. Gives it to Javikrama. Off to Pereira. Pereira stepping. Good continuity from St. Peter's. Pick and go from the forwards. The ball comes out. They need to give the ball out. I think Dharmaratna is injured here. Now Kevin Dixon comes into play as scrum half. Gives it to Bura. And a tap to... it's Fernando. Fernando running around. Yes, he scores for St. Peter's. That was brilliant. Once again, the Peter supporters had their hearts in their mouth. That was a shocking pass from Bura. Just tapped it over his head. And luckily, Fernando ran back and ran around the Science defense to score for St. Peter's. What do you think of that try here, Spencer?
Actually, I would say that was good work by Fernando because he had to do all the hard work. It was just a basketball tap by Bura, and the ball went... it was not clean ball for Fernando, and he had to go back. He had to defend himself first, but he was able to retain the ball, and then from the side with his speed, he managed to cover one Science play, and then he was all the way through, and also he scored the try close to the post, so that gives the conversion much easy for Bura. Otherwise, it would have been a difficult conversion. So much joy for the Peterides supporters. But it's only a 1-point lead, Dimut, so still a lot to play, I would say. So still there is about 10 minutes, so there is time for Science to actually regroup and even come back hard at St. Peter's.
there's some ugly incident took place, and both teams getting a yellow card each. The try scorer in the first half for St. Peter's, that's Fernando. And their key man for the Science College, that's the scrum half, has been sent out. So the rest of the game will be played with 14 men each. And this is where Science College will be looking vulnerable, because the scrum half has been so good at the base with Buddha's conversion to come. And that's true. So Peters 22, Science 19, a penalty difference.
Still lot to play, Dimuth. About 10 minutes and both teams down to 14. Science will not have their first choice scrum half, so might give advantage to St. Peter's, but St. Peter's also without Fernando, and he has been good in this game. So it's a restart, and it goes out of play, so there will be a line out to St. Peter's between their 22 and 10 meter line. St. Peter's need to get out of their territory, I mean, because Science will always come back at them. So it's a pressure time for St. Peter's. A line out, they need to win clean. Yes, it's done, and it's worked. And Bura kicks. No, that's Jai Vikrama kicks, and he finds a Science player in the halfway line, and he collects and he goes through a couple of Peterite defenders, but he's held there. Ball goes into a ruck. Should come Science way, but ball is very slow, so St. Peter's are organizing their defense. And they ruck and drive, but they don't get any territory. Science looking for different ideas. Ball still available for them. Still ruck and drive, but not gaining any territory. So St. Peter's will be happy that they lead currently 20-19, and with every minute. So it's another ruck ball. Science and finally work their line. They have numbers here. Their wing three quarter is tackled well there. Is held there. So it's another ruck ball to Science. He gained ground, and referee awards a penalty to Science. He spotted something by the St. Peter's. So he awards a penalty, and Science, will they go for touch or will they go for 3 points? They decide to go for touch. And he kicks. It's a line out about 10 meters from St. Peter's line. Dimuth, another pressure time for St. Peter's.
Yes, with Science College rolling ball working so well and so close to the line, it'll be interesting to see. But they're going for a 5-man line out. And they get it cleanly. They don't have their scrum half too. Close, inches close to the goal line. Science pick and go once again. And now the ball comes out for the big number 8, De Silva. Referee, penalty for Science College. Hands in the ruck. Will they take it quickly? Yes, they do. They go to De Silva once again. They're big number 8. Pushed back by St. Peter's. They have to maintain their discipline here. St. Peter's in defense. And they pick and go once again. So close to the line. 5 meters. 3 meters now. Science College. So they're gaining territory every move. Now the ball comes out to De Silva once again. Good tackle on him. Quick ball to the right will do for Science College. Overlap. They're looking for players, but they... And it's a knock forward. St. Peter's advantage. Yes, it is. So finally, with 6 7 minutes to go on the clock.
Timut, St. Peter's will have to show their discipline. Yeah, it's a scrum close to their try line, so they'll need a good ball, actually, a good clearance to get out of jail. The game is not still won as yet. There is 5.5 minutes, so it's a scrum to St. Peter's. And it's held well there by the pit rides. And it's a break there by Nishant Perra, but he needs support. He doesn't have the players there for support, but finally the ball goes into a maul and it's brought down. So St. Peter's gaining ground there. This is a chance for St. Peter's to work their line, but Science equally good in their defense, and they need to clear their. And Kevin finally kicks into the Science territory, and will it go out into touch? Yes. So that is much relief for the Speed Rides gaining ground there and bringing play back into the Science Science half. So it will be a line out to Science College, and referee signals 3 minutes of play. So it's 3 minutes of play.
So 3 minutes to go on the clock. Referee Pradeep Fernando signaling there. Science get the line out very well here. Gives it to De Silva at the back. It's a penalty for St. Peter's College. Entering from the side. Pereira takes it quickly. He's strong, this man. Pereira gives a couple of players. Now gives out to the outside to Fernando. Oh, that was a poor pass into touch. If that pass could have gone to hand, it would have sealed the game for St. Peter's. In the meantime, Science College will have more hope now. 2 minutes to go, I guess. Science College line out. Sandra want to throw in. Short line out. And the ball comes out to the line. Now the skipper. Off to Singhe. Beautifully done. The number 14. Dixon only available here. Inside pass. And a good tackle by Dixon. Offload to Singhe. Singhe runs around. Yes, this is a try for Science College. I think they have sealed the game here, Science.
That was a clever play by Science. They're going for a short line. They were in their own territory, and with just 2 minutes, every minute ticking and seconds, they worked the line without going into a rolling mold. They worked the line beautifully, found the overlap, and their wing three-quarter finding space there. He was brought on by Kevin Dixon, but the offload worked well, and kicking into the corner, and probably there must be about a minute. Referee looking at his watch says there is about 1 minute of play. So the score remains St. Peter's 22, Science 24. St. Peter's will be wondering what went wrong there actually. And Bura takes a quick kick into the Science 22. They need to kick to find touch. Referee still looking at his watch. I think there is one. It's just time for one more line out. And this will be a last chance for St. Peter's if they are going to seal this game. But Science have done very well, Dimut. I mean, they were the underdogs from the before the start of the match. And I mean, for them to come out and pull out a victory will really, I mean, what a marvelous victory this will be.
Yeah, you cannot write off St. Peter's still. 1 minute to go. Need to get this line out correct. Yes, they have. Pereira with the ball. Now off goes Jaya Vikrama to Bura. Bura to Dixon. Dixon showing off. Push the kick in. I think that's a bad ploy. The ball goes into touch. That will be it. Science College win. That was very bad rugby from Kevin Dixon. He should have kept the ball in hand. Instead, he wanted to kick. And a shocking win here. Science College beat St. Peter's 24 points to 22 at the Royal Sports Complex. And they will play Isipatana on Sunday in the final. In the semi-finals, I'm sorry.
Yeah, St. Peter's had one more chance, but then Kevin Dixon should have kept the ball in play, and he had a player. I mean, all he needed was to pass and go for the ruck and keep ball play. But then he decided to kick, and ball went out of play. So that was a referee's final whistle there. So Science winning a shocking win by 24 points to 22. And they will meet Isipatana on Sunday at the same venue. Nobody expected Science to come off and pull off this famous victory over the Peterites. I mean, Peterites were high, and their morale, especially against Isipatana after drawing with Isipatana, and also the way they played with Trinity. I mean, everybody was expecting St. Peter's to come through and see another semi-final between Isipatana and St. Peter's.
Yes, after that 25-all draw at, in the league tournament. And this was brilliant. Look at the way the Science College boys are celebrating. It was a great win for Science College. And Royal College will host St. Joseph's tomorrow at the Royal Sports Complex in the Milo Knockouts Trophy, the President's Trophy. That will be the third game tomorrow. Until then, from me, Dinuk Bhaskaran, Spencer, and also the Papre crew, we sign off. Good night.